I'm so happy to be here. I have like 45 pages of notes here to go through, so no, I'm just kidding. So good day, and wow, what a wonderful turnout, what a great experience. And the wind, I mean, I think halfway through the march, I was thinking we could be saying, blow inequality away, right? What a beautiful day. So on behalf of the Government of Canada, I am really so pleased to be here to support this worthwhile venture with the Institute of Development and Gender and Development Studies at UWI. And Gabrielle, you and your team are awesome. We're so pleased to work with you on this, and just go. The United Nations theme for this year's commemoration is Think Equal, Build Smart, and Innovate for Change. And that sounds like a lot of big words. But ultimately what it means is that we, the UN, Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, all of us, look to industry leaders, game-changing startups, social entrepreneurs, gender equality activists like all of you here today, and women innovators to remove barriers, accelerate progress for gender equality, encourage investment in gender-responsive social systems, and build services and infrastructure that meet the needs of women and girls. And it sounds so logical, and we still have a long way to go. Around the world, women experience violence, poverty, and discrimination at higher rates than men. LGBTQIA, visible minorities, and women with disabilities face even greater obstacles. That's why Canada is standing up for gender equality around the world, not only on International Women's Day, but every day. As a government, Canada knows gender equality leads to economic growth, social equality, inclusive societies, lasting peace, and that it's the right thing to do. So it really is the heart of our work around the world. We have a feminist foreign policy, and we have I think the only so far feminist international assistance policy. And that is empowering women and girls, and it's a proven path to peace, inclusion, and prosperity. So in one example of the work that we're doing is in June, Canada will be hosting Women Deliver, #Women Deliver. Look it up. It's a global summit which will be looking at, it'll bring together 6,000 world leaders and activists from 150 countries to Vancouver to discuss how to improve health, rights, and well-being of women and girls. Get involved. #Women Deliver. As Canadians, we also subscribe to the notion that women's empowerment is a key driver of economic growth, and that it works for everyone. The Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, is a driver behind this attitude and states that, and I quote, "All of us benefit when women can participate freely, fully, and equally in our economies and society. And supporting and empowering women and girls must be at the heart of the decisions that we make." And Canada, I'm very proud to say, also has a feminist budget, where our last budget has been, every program in our last budget was decided after a gender analysis was performed on it. I'm very proud of that. So we walk the talk as well. The promotion and protection of women and girls, human rights, gender equality, including LGBTQI, and the empowerment of women and girls are the core of Canada's work in Trinidad and Tobago. And we've been working in Tobago with the Lilly Foundation, and we plan to continue to do so. We're looking at hopefully supporting some work on access to information for adolescents, to reproductive health and sexual information about what you want to do when you have sex, basically. In Tibet, and here we're hoping to to work with the government of Trinidad and Tobago in the area of gender responsive budgeting. As I mentioned, Canada has some experience in that area. And we also are hoping to provide access to training in gender-based analysis. And I'd like to also point out we've been working with some of the men in the Caribbean. And last year with IGDS, we launched the Caribbean Men Can campaign. It's a hashtag Caribbean Men Can. And it's really about getting men to speak out and support gender equality. And that's what's on this, be a gender ally. So, in closing, I want to encourage you to keep the fight going as Canada joins Trinidad and Tobago in its continued efforts to empower women and girls in every sense of the term, because we know this is ultimately will ultimately change the world for better. Every single one of us has a role to play in achieving gender equality. On International Women's Day and every day, let us celebrate women's contributions, stand up for women's rights, and listen and amplify women's voices. Together we can build a world where women and girls no longer face high walls and glass ceilings and are free to realize their full potential. Thank you. Happy International Women's Day.